Sai Ram. Dear well-wishers and patrons from across the globe who have joined us today, Namaste and hearty welcome to the Education for Transformation webinar series. I am Shantagowda Biradar, hail from Bijapur district. I had a privilege of studying at Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam Mudanli campus, which laid foundation for my life. Later, I pursued my post-graduation at Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. Presently, I am serving as a director at Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam Premaniketanam campus, Vijaypura, my hometown. Joining me today is Sister Ramya as my co-host.
Sai Ram, I am Ramya Krishna, serving as Deputy Director at Sri Sathya Sai Prashantiniketanam Girls PU College, Nallakadrihalli campus. My journey with Sri Sathya Sai Gurukulam group of institutions started as a student when I joined Prashanti Balamandira campus for my 8th grade. I then continued to do my pre-university courses, degree at Sri Sathya Sai Center for Human Excellence. Thereafter, I worked as an intern at Gadak campus, where I could train myself in various aspects like teaching skills, administration, campus management and many more. I have also completed my masters in life sciences. The knowledge, values and the opportunities that I got during my time as a student continue to inspire me to work in the same organization by nurturing my younger sisters.
Dear viewers, in our previous webinar, we had elaborated on the admission process that we follow at our Gurukulam. And in today's webinar, we will be bringing to you more details on how we welcome our students who are newly joining and also those who are joining after vacation. Before we begin our discussion, I want to brief about our esteemed organization. Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam group of institution is a unit of Prashanti Balamandira Trust, which is a charitable trust. It aims to bridge the literacy gap between urban and rural India by providing quality and value-based education to socioeconomically disadvantaged group children. The trust believes that education is fundamental right. Hence, it provides a completely free of education to all children. Through its sister organization, the Each One Educate One Foundation, the trust operates 28 residential campuses where it provides completely free of cost education from grade 6th to graduation, and also India's first free medical college, Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research.
So, we have two panelists for this webinar. Our first panelist, Sri Rashekar, is a shining example of dedication and perseverance. He joined our Sri Sathya Sai institutions in 1992 as a young boy, where he imbibed the values and principles which form the bedrock of our education system. After his education, he ventured out for higher studies just to realize that his heart was calling him back to his alma mater. Driven by a profound sense of purpose, he returned to serve as a teacher and warden, guiding thousands of students to lead a disciplined and responsible lives. His journey from being a hostel brother, teacher, and to becoming the trustee and currently the chairman of Sri Sathya Sai Sharda Niketanam Mandya campus is truly inspiring. He continued to be an elder brother, guiding and nurturing young minds. We welcome you, brother.
Our second panelist is Sri Kalyan Pultluri. He completed his MBA from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Puttaparthi. Then he spent a decade in a retail sector with Shoppers Stop, serving in various roles. Then soon he found a call from within to give back to society and follow his master Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. He joined our organization to give back to the society. Since 2017, Brother Kalyan is serving as Facilities Manager at Prashanti Balamandira Trust, where he looks after the facilities of all our educational campuses. With heartfelt gratitude, we welcome Rashekar sir and Brother Kalyan for today's webinar. Dear viewers, We believe our students are our family, and we try to do everything possible to make their stay comfortable and learning also comfortable in our Gurukulam. Keeping this in mind, the initiative of Joining Kit, where we provide all the necessary items to our students to make their stay comfortable at hostel. We will be discussing about this topic in today's webinar. Before we dwell into the matter, let us have a brief video on this unique initiative, the Joining Kit, which is received by all the children across all our campus. Can we have video, please?
Here is an institution that is a testimony to the fact that affordability can be taken out from the equation of education. The Sri Sathya Loka Seva Gurukulam group of institutions offer quality, values-based education to over 3,000 students free of cost.
Because we are taking these kind of children who are really from underprivileged background, who cannot afford even the basic education.
We take utmost care that each one of them is gifted with a joining kit on the very first day of their joining the institution. We welcome them not only to a school which offers free education, but to a family, a home that shall take care of all their needs. And so we tell our children, even before them joining, come with just a pair of clothes on you. Don't bother about anything else.
I am very happy to receive my welcome kit. It has many things like color dress, uniforms, sport t-shirts and sweaters. I got a soft blanket. I saw in shops only, but now I have one for myself. My parents are so happy because I got this many things. They don't have to worry about anything.
Come the month of May, it's madness for parents. For it is a time for them to prepare their children for the new academic year. Trying to arrange finances for school fees, getting school uniforms, footwear, buying school bags, stationeries, and the list goes on. If it takes so much of effort for a family with a child or two, one can only imagine what it would take for an institution like ours to provide it to thousands of students.
ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಸುಧಾ A to Z ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ. ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು 10 ರಿಂದ 12 ಜೊತೆ ಇದೆ. ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲೂ ಬೇರೆ, ಆಟಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಪಾಠಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಟ ಪಾಠ ಆಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗಲೇ ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಇವೆ. ನಾವು ತಂದೆ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸನ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರಿಂದಲೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
The whole process starts the month of January and it goes up to the month of May, so that it is arranged before the children comes in the month of June. And given this short period of time, getting all the items from all over India is not an easy task. But we want to ensure that every child is given the best of the product available in the market. It makes their life comfortable in the hostel, and as a result, they need not worry about their daily needs and requirements, and this ensures that they can focus more on their studies. It's not easy for an individual to arrange all these things, and hence we have got a central team, people who are experts in these fields, and these people help in identifying the manufacturers from various parts of India and also help us in procuring the items and as well as delivering the products. And not only that, they travel to various places to check the quality of the product first hand.
ನೂರಾರು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗಳು ನಾವು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನೂರಾರು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪದಾರ್ಥ, ನೀವು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ತುಂಬ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ತುಂಬ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪದಾರ್ಥನೂ ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಹಂಚ್ತಾ ಇರೋ, ಅದೂ ಒಂಥರ ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಮೆಚ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋವಂಥದ್ದಿದೆ ಸರ್.
I'm actually a fan of the student kit what you have made. They are giving the students who are not used to have that kind of luxury. As a person, I never gave my two children the 11 pairs of uniform, the total kit. You are giving me everything. Just he need to come with a single dress. So that is a respect what you give for the kids, and that's a love.
Once the items are finalized, the best prices are negotiated, and thereafter all the products are shipped to our headquarters here at Mudanali and the products are later arranged, packed and distributed to our various campuses spread across India. The impact of these joining kits have been incredible, and this has helped the environment of the whole hostel become more positive by bringing down the disparity among the children. And since all the children are getting the same joining kit, they feel equally loved and cared for. Lastly, the fact that they don't need to bother about daily requirements and other needs, it frees up their minds to focus more on studies and also enjoy their time in the Gurukulam.
ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗುಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಶಾಂಪ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಸೋಪ್ ಬೇಕಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನೇನಾದರೂ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗೈತೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಕೊಡುವಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇರೋದು ಹೆಂಗೋ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ, ಆಯಿತು ಬಾರೋ ನಾಳೆ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು ಅವರೇನೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
My parents found it difficult to provide for my sisters and me. But after joining this institution, their burden of looking after me was removed. All this has been possible by the people who have helped us out of sense of selfless love and unconditional care. And this has inspired me to be responsible and take good care of all the things that I have received.
Since we consider every child as our own, it becomes very important for us to not only provide a quality holistic education, but also a quality of life. And these joining kits have been a means to achieve this. Our founder, Sri Madhusudan says, we are not here to do charity, but to love children, and it's love that would do everything.
Dear viewers, we'll have question and answer session at the end. If you have any queries, you can drop in chat box.
Dear brothers and sisters, after seeing the video, hope you got an overview of this initiative and the impact that it has on our students and stakeholders. Rashika sir, we have not heard this concept of well-packed joining kit and which is given to every student on the first day of joining totally free of cost. What is the thought behind this unique initiative?
So sister, Ayam nijaha paro veti ganana lagu chetasam udara charita namtu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The vision of our mission is one world, one family. This is not just a mission statement. The way of our life is that the moment any child gets into the portals of Gurukulam, just like a responsible parent, all the arrangements and facilities are made for the well-being of the child. Our founder, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai says, Anna, Akshara and Arogya, nutritious food, health and education were never sold in our ancient Gurukula system. In fact, to be frank, this system of new joining kit is nothing new. It was there in our Gurukula system. Earlier in our Gurukula system, the education, food, clothing and accommodation were given completely free of cost. In our scriptures, we get the word Kulapati. Kulapati was the sage who was the head of an ashram who used to provide free education, food, accommodation and clothing to 10,000 students. We had more than hundreds of such ashrams in our ancient Gurukula in ancient India. In fact, being the followers of same Gurukula system of education, we follow the same tradition. Whenever children gets into the portals of Gurukulam, they just enter with one pair of dress.
Rashikar sir, this thought of one world, one family is truly unique and powerful idea. But it will help our audience if we can explain to them how it is going to help students and their parents in day-to-day life.
The very important reason why this joining kit or common kit system was introduced is mainly to avoid all type of differences or a comparison among the children. So basically, the students from various financial background gets into Gurukulam, and we would see that the students, whatever the things used by the students of different students, the quality of the products were quite different. we used to observe that due to which there were a lot of disparities in the clothing or bedding or shoes or whatever they were using. So, many children used to feel shy or even inferior comparing themselves to others. Even we too were worried about that, but there was no solution at that point of time.
Sure, Rajshekhar sir. As you mentioned that there was the disparity among students, I vividly remember when I was a student in the same institution way back 17 years back, this joining kit initiative was not there. And the education was free of course, but we used to get the items required for our staying in the hostel. Because we used to come from various economical background, the items which we brought were different. And during festivals, we were allowed to wear the color dresses. And I remember during Ganesha festival or a New Year, when we used to wear color dresses, there used to be a difference. I could see few students who are from well-to-do family were wearing new dresses for every festival. But other students who are from below, from socioeconomically disadvantaged group used to wear a normal dress and compare with those students and feel bad that, yo, I don't have an opportunity to wear a new dress. With this initiative, Rajshekhar sir, I think the current students, there is no need for them to feel bad or compare with others that I don't have that dress, I don't have that item. Whereas every student are getting the same materials to use in the hostel.
Sure, Shantkoda. This joining kit system has brought a permanent solution for these issues. Now in Gurukulam, the things used by all the students, the clothes worn by all the students are same. There is no difference between a son of a doctor or a son of a cleaner, even an orphan. This has brought such a positive environment in the hostel that all our one environment is present. One more very important reason why actually this joining kit system was introduced, it has given a big relief for the parents, because most of the students who join our Gurukulam are from financially low economic background. And we would see in the beginning of the year or when the children come back to Gurukulam after their vacation, and many of the parents used to worry very much about paying the hostel fee or getting all these things. They used to worry very much. And there would be occasions where parents would take loan and then pay for the fee or get all these things. In fact, I remember when myself and my brother were studying in the hostel, my father used to find it very difficult. In fact, he would take an agricultural loan and pay for our fee or our things. So we used to find such situations, and also in the homes also there used to be very unpleasant situation, because children would demand these things, but parents they were helpless due to their financial problems.
Yes, sir. As you rightly said, even I remember one of our student whose parents are daily wage laborers, and they had 2 daughters to take care in the family. With their limited income, they couldn't educate them. So the first daughter, when she finished her 10th grade, they stopped her education, thinking that a 10th grade education would be enough for a girl child and their burden will be less. This girl, for a year, she was at home cooking for the family, and not only that, she was also involved in stitching clothes, making small garlands, just to get that little extra amount so that it can add up to family's income. Luckily, when they heard about our institution, and once the parents understood that once they send their children to our campuses, they need not pay for anything, even for food and clothing. That is when they allowed their children to enter into our campuses. And not only that, now they have admitted even the younger daughter into our campuses. And this is not just the case of one girl. There are many girls. Because of this initiative, parents are allowing their children to our campuses to study in our campuses, and that itself is the biggest boon for every girl child coming from a rural village.
Really, sister, this system has brought such a big relief to the parents, as 1 or 2 children's education expenses are taken care of by the institution. Whatever minimum financial resources they have, they can spend for the better taking care of the family or education of the other children.
Thank you, Rajshekhar sir, for explaining the greater purpose behind this initiative. Brother Kalyan, the next question to you. To implement this greater vision, a lot of action must happen. Could you please explain for our viewers' benefit the process of item selection, vendor finalization, and the challenges, any challenges that you have faced during this process?
Sure, Shantu. The whole process actually started off by formation of 3 teams. We had an advisory team which consisted of elders who have been in the system for over 3 decades. So they actually helped us with a list of items which are required for every child to lead a comfortable life in our Gurukulam. Then we have a central sourcing team where all of us are a part of. In addition to that, our Mudli, our central source in charge, he is also part of the team. So we went into the market, connected with the vendors and procured samples for all these items and got it to our headquarters. Then we had a selection team which consisted of all the wardens of the institute. So they know what is required by the children, what is the quality required by the children, and we selected those items. After that, we came to a conclusion that all these items, since they need to be purchased in bulk, we will approach the manufacturers directly and get better discounts. Last year, we traveled almost 10,000 kilometers across the country, met the vendors in their factories, and identified the correct products, the correct quality, and negotiated best price.
Brother Kalyan, you mentioned that the sourcing team traveled more than 10,000 kilometers. Could you please mention few important cities from where you sourced the items?
Sure. First, we traveled down south, went to Bhavani in Tamil Nadu to source our yoga mats and jamkhanas. Then we went further to Karur and Erode for our bed sheets and towels. Tirupur helped us get our innerwear as well as t-shirts. Then we traveled up north to Punjab to get our sweaters, our sportswear and blankets. Then our major requirement was 20,000 meters of white cloth for our students' uniforms. So that we went to Bombay. We leveraged our in-house expertise to negotiate with the vendor to get the right type of white cloth at the correct price which you could get. Once the cloth was procured, we went to Ichalkaranji and Kolhapur to help us with the stitching of the cloth. So you see, we traveled across all parts of India.
Yeah.
Sir, it's definitely a tremendous task and lot of efforts goes into it. Thank you for sharing us the details and item selection. Rajshekhar sir, as someone in the organizing team for procuring the items, could you please tell us what all goes into the student kit?
Sure, sister. The joining kit is planned in such a way that it is a complete kit which caters to all type of needs of the students. It starts with clothing, luggage set, bedding set, dining set, bath and toiletries set, books and stationeries, drawing set, footwear and sports items. Regarding the clothing set, so 5 type of cloths are given to all the children, because our focus is to not just give cloth, to create a culture, the clothing culture in the students, dress culture in the students. In fact, for that reason, they are being given uniform, they have been given formal dress, they have been given night wears to wear in the night time, sports dresses and kurta pajama to wear in the evenings. And next is luggage set. The luggage set includes one suitcase, one travel kit, one school bag and a toilet kit and a makeup kit for girls. So this includes in the luggage set. So next is bedding set. Bedding set has a very good mattress, a pillow and 2 sets of bed sheets with pillow cover, then blanket and jamkhana. The dining set includes plate, tumbler, bowl and spoon and also a metal water bottle. Next, going to the bath and toiletry set, one mug, one bucket and 2 towels and soap cases, loofah brushes, 2 type of combs, cloth washing brush, hangers, all toiletry items, and girls are given a cosmetic kit which includes more than 15 type of items. and sanitary pads are also provided to all the girls. So going next to the footwear, they are given a good sport shoes and one pair of chappal for washroom and one pair of chappal for daily use is given. So other things includes prayer mat, yoga mat, nail cutter, winter cap, so all these. Basically, we want to give all type of things to students, and even stationery sets are given. It includes notebooks, textbooks, and all type of stationeries to use for a whole year. We have a very special drawing kit which includes more than 20 items. We have a very good international guide to frame the syllabus and guide students in case of drawing. So they have got a 20 items kit which is provided to them.
Thank you, Rajshekhar sir. We can understand the amount of efforts goes into arranging all these items for the student kit. Brother Kalyan, coming back to you, for the benefit of our audience, could you explain the cost per kit, and also you can give a category wise what is the cost that comes to a kit?
Sure, brother. We have two kits, one for boys and one for girls. The boys kit is about 25,000, which is 316 US dollars. The girls kit is about 27,000, that's 335 US dollars. But on an average, we can see it as 26,000. The distribution is about clothing set is 37%, toiletry and book stationery is about 12%, luggage set is 9%, bedding set is 8%, drawing set, which is a very good packaged drawing items, is about 8%, and the list goes on.
So after the purchase and procurement, I'm sure similar amount of effort goes into packing and distribution, isn't it, sir?
Sure, Amma. Actually, it was a little more tedious sometimes. All our team members got in touch with our vendors to ensure that the production starts on time, the packaging happens, and the delivery is happening on time. And sometimes we even had to travel to the vendor sites to ensure the packing happens and items come on time. And Shantagoda surely remembers its frequent trips to Kolhapur,
yes,
where us to help with the packaging. So, and packing itself was a mega event for us. We had to pack in our central prayer hall, where all our campus coordinators come in, and we started packing in a sequential order where 25 items were packaged into these trolley bags, so that it's easily givable to the, we can easily hand it over to the children. Once the packing is done, we started dispatching it to the campuses, and then once the items reach the campus on the joining day, we display all the items for the children and the parents to see what their ward is getting. And it's really rewarding experience to see the joy and happiness on the parents' eyes and the children's eyes once they see the joining kit.
Yes, Anna. Let me share with one incident connected to that. Last year during admissions, like every year, we had arranged all the joining kit items for parents to see. It was around lunch break. I stepped out of my office. Still, one of the mothers was watching the joining kit very intently. Just I walked up to her and asked, "Amma, what do you feel about these items?" The mother, with a gentle smile on her face, she responded, "Sir, when my son Bhima Shankar was studying in a previous school, they used to give a big list of stationery to purchase. But because of our financial constraint, we used to purchase 2 or 3 notebooks and tell our son to manage with this, and next we'll purchase again next month or next week. But now when I see all these items on the table, there is no need for me to worry or my son to feel bad that he is not having any one item. All the items are provided with so much of care from the organization. It relieves lot of pain from our heart." This is what the mother expressed. And when we see those children and parents with those smiling faces after receiving this gift of education, it really fills our heart with fulfillment that what we are doing is really having some purpose and impact on the society.
It's true, Shantu.
And coming back to Rajshekhar sir, audience will be curious that we are providing so many items to the children, and obviously we know children are young and they will not have that much of responsibility to handle things. For the benefit of our audience, can we share how we educate our children in our campuses to use these items with more responsibility and with carefulness?
So, Shantu, actually every facility comes with responsibility. In fact, good effort is made to guide the students and create awareness on how to use these things with lot of responsibility. In fact, the room brothers, room wardens, and even the wardens of the hostel, they regularly conduct meetings and awareness programs to guide the students on how to keep these things. And also the dedication of the donors, of the organization and the patrons is explained to them. So we keep telling the children, so you might be getting the things free of cost, but somebody is paying for that. Somebody has saved that money passionately and he is paying for all these expenses. And also we tell the students, see, institution is ready to give anything and everything for you, but you should learn how to use it with less responsibility. So that way, very happy to say that on our observations, most of the students are keeping the things very well. And to make sure of the accountability, whenever any of these things are allotted or given to students, it is mentioned in the register, and sometimes students tend to lose the things. Whenever they lose the things, so just before replacing them with those items, so they are educated and awareness is created in them, and then these things are replaced. And apart from it, regular in all the hostels, in all the Gurukulams, regular checks are made on these things provided to students to make sure that they are more careful on all these things. So these are the efforts which are put in guiding the students and creating awareness about keeping the things better.
In addition to that, we also solicit feedback from all the children, which our founder was very keen about. We wanted to understand, are the children happy using all the products which are given? So we took feedback from all the campuses, and where we had a series of meetings with all the campus directors, and item by item we solicited the feedback. Let me focus on luggage category. We received some feedback from the campuses saying luggage items could be better. So our Gulbarga campus found a better vendor in Hyderabad. Our team traveled to Hyderabad in February, and then we picked up the luggage samples, which we found to be much better than last year and at a lower price comparatively. So now this year the children are going to get a much better luggage sample, luggage kit in their joining kit. Similarly, we have taken feedback from all the other categories also. And then let me list out all the initiatives which we have taken post the feedback. Young leaders were included in the central sourcing team in order to understand, because they get the pulse of the children, so they understand what to source and get the feedback faster. Category focus teams were formed to improve the coordination. Luggage set, bed set, bath set, like this every set we had so many improvements to make. And taking feedback from the campuses, we also added new items this year, earbuds and winter caps. So much has happened basis the feedback collected from the students. So let me just reverse the tables here and ask you guys a question. You guys have been living with the children every day, guiding them, guarding them, and also understanding whatever they require. What is the effect of these joining kits on them, their parents, and also add a personal perspective so that audience understand what is the impact of this kit. We'll start with Sister Ramya.
Yes, sir. I would like to add my own story to it. I come from a small village near Chikbadapur town. My parents run a small hotel to earn a living. With the little income that they get, they used to take care of me and my brother. As we were moving on to higher studies, it was becoming hard to my parents to pay for our education and also to look at our personal needs. After coming here, everything that I needed was provided by the institution. My parents had no further worries either on my education or on my personal requirements. And being a girl, my parents never thought that I can become a supportive member of my family. Today, if I could complete my education and become an independent girl to take care of myself and my family, it is only because of the opportunities that I got in this very institution. I would also like to remember one of our students who has just finished her first year of pre-university studies. sharing how this initiative has helped her to continue her education. In her schooling, it was a tough situation for the family where parents were struggling even to provide basic needs for her. Forget about the education. And because of which she completely lost hope on her further studies, and even parents were helpless to it. And with all this uncertainty, the only thing which remained with her was her faith in prayers. The tide began to turn when she got an opportunity to join to our Gurukulam, where not only her education, all her requirements were taken care. Now, the same student is happily studying in our campus and also taking up the NEET coaching to enter into our India's first free medical college. And even in a family, sir, whatever item we purchase, it is generally shared among all the members of the family. But here, our students get an individual kit which includes, especially for girls, saris, dresses, stationeries, cosmetics, toiletries and many more. And after this initiative, students no longer feel the weightage of poverty in their educational journey. Instead, it's a joy for every student in their learning. And I'm sure Brother Shantagoda will also have such experiences to share with us.
Yes, sister, truly. Staying with children in Gurukulam and teaching them, we come across many such touching stories in day-to-day life. To remember now at this moment, one day after evening games, I was walking with the children and I casually asked the boys, "Hey boys, how are you feeling about this joining kit?" And one boy, Shankar, looked at the sky for a while and then replied, "Anna, you know, I never wore shoe in my home or nor my parents purchased for me. We always used to play in a barefoot, but in joining kit, they are providing us a good shoe which gives comfort and also protection to my leg, and I am enjoying playing games with the shoe." That's what the reply from Shankar. And there was another boy, Viresh. He told, "Anna, in my house, I had only two shirts to wear, or two dresses to wear. One for the school as a uniform and another one to wear at a house." This is the impact of joining kit, where it is giving all the necessary items to children. Not only this, earlier, if I remember, when we were students, there were instances of stealing in the hostels. One or two students used to steal the items, because when a person steals, when he doesn't have the things which he needs, then or he can't afford. So now, as we are providing all the items that are needed to children, I have never come across even one such instance where we have noticed a stealing. Second one, the children are developing responsibility and gratitude. Responsibility, when it comes to responsibility, whenever I go to their rooms, all the items are kept very neatly and the rooms are clean. And whenever they find any items here and there, they make sure that they pick it up and hand it over to the person to whom it belongs. Not only taking care of the students, the trust goes one extra mile to embrace the family whenever there is a need and emergency. To narrate an incident, it was during 2016 when I was doing my graduation at Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. My father was suffering with spondylitis, and in my hometown there were no facilities. He tried with the local medicines, but he was suffering. At the same time, I was also undergoing that pain. When the organization came to know about this matter, immediately they rushed to our support. They identified a hospital and a doctor in Bangalore and supported for the treatment. This is how the organization not only stating the statement, vision statement, one world, one family, but we are trying to practice in our day-to-day life. What Sister Ramya and me are quoting just few examples. I definitely know Rashekar sir with more experience will have more stories to share with us.
Sure, Shantu. We believe that spirituality is nothing but selfless love and selfless service. Very important impact what really I can observe in Gurukulam hostels. We see a lot of joy has increased in their living. So joy of living has increased many folds. In fact, we used to see many students, their bedding earlier. Their bedding was a mat, an old bed sheet and something to cover. During the winters, we used to feel very sorry that no, they were struggling during winters. So that used to be the problem. So now very good blanket is given, good set of bed is given. So really it has had a great impact on them. In case of dresses also, why variety of dresses are given to them? So earlier we used to observe the students would wear one sports dress, they would wear the same for sports, same during the prayers, or even during the sleeping they used to wear that. Naturally it will affect their health. So that way really giving multiple dresses has improved this. And even water bottles, many students used to use the use and throw water bottle, whatever they buy, Bisleri or whatever it is. So and used to use that for months together, which is not good for health. Now it's very happy to see in our hostel, all the children, they bring very nice metal water bottles, what is given to students. After the morning prayer, all of them drink water in that bottle, which has improved their life. Like that, there are so many occasions to see this joy of living in them. So nail cutters they are practicing to use nail cutter, and yoga mat for yoga. And in case of luggage bags also, we used to find some of the parents used to bring the luggages in gunny bags. So now very nice luggage bags are given. And earlier we had the system of trunk, where they would keep all the things in the trunk. Suitcases are given, and they have been given guidance to organize all the things in that suitcase, and it is useful for their traveling also. One more very big joy or relief for the students, what we see is, earlier whenever their stationeries or toiletries, whatever could be, when it gets exhausted, they used to keep waiting for the end of the month for the next parents meet, for the parents to come and give those things. Till then they used to worry, and we used to see their sad faces. Now there is nothing like that. The moment anything gets exhausted, so everything is given instantly, whether it is spectacle, whether it is medicine, whether it is clip treatment. So all these areas are taken care. In fact, we would like to inform the viewers that we don't consider this as an expense. This is an investment to create very able and noble leaders. Strong country cannot be made with weak youth, with no exposure, with no training, and with no facilities. So that way, all these efforts are to create very good leaders. You just imagine a student is spending lakhs of rupees for his education. His focus will be how to earn that money back. When all these facilities, education, boarding, all these things are given free of cost, and they are being educated about all these, and the seeds of gratitude is sown in them. So naturally they would like to think, how can I give back to society? For an example, you can see all the four of us, actually we studied in Sri Sathya Seva, Gurukulam. So always it was there in our heart and soul that how can we give back to the society. So all of us have joined back, and now we are able to share whatever we received with hundreds of brothers and hundreds of sisters.
Sure, sir. I even actually heard from you how parents are actually expressing their gratitude. I heard from Bijapur, a parent getting his organic jaggery for all the children so that their health is improved, and he promotes this organic jaggery instead of sugar. And we also saw parents get sweets and chocolates for all the children in the hostel instead of just their own ward. So actually they are also experiencing and practicing one world, one family in that sense. Just to add a vendor perspective, when we were going around and talking to different vendors in various cities, we started explaining the uniqueness of this initiative and the work which the organization has been doing. The vendors connected, and I remember two vendors in particular right now. Mr. Sendil of Sri Ramana Textiles, of where we source our yoga mats and Jemkanas, after hearing about this initiative, he said, "Sir, let me add an additional 5% discount to the already existed negotiated amount." So that was so sweet of him. Next, Veeresh ji of Paras Novelties in Chickpet, once Murli explained this initiative to them. He said, "Sir, I would want to gift one extra pair of earrings to all the girl children. So that is an additional part in our makeup kit this year." So not just this, it's like all along the way we found well-wishers and people who connect with the initiative, and goodness in them just flows out. So that is One World, One Family in action.
Truly inspiring, Anna. Dear viewers, we request if you have any queries, you can drop in Q&A box. The very purpose of this education is transformation. I think all of you would have understood the examples that we quoted. This education is not only bringing transformation to the student and a parent, but it's going beyond. It is transforming staff and the vendors who have involved in this initiative, transforming at various levels. We are able to achieve all of this while sitting in the campuses. It's only because of you all who are supporting this noble initiative. Before we move to the question and answer session, I request Sister Ramya to give a brief introduction to Each One Educate One program.
Yes, brother. Basically, we have 3 scholarship programs. Each One Educate One covers students from 6th grade to 12th grade. And Each One Higher Educate One covers university students from undergraduate to PhD studies. And Each One Medical Educate One covers students who are pursuing medical studies.
Audience from India can donate through Each One Educate One Foundation or Prashanti Balamandir Trust. They also get tax credit.
And for sister charities abroad, you may either visit the website link or contact the names of our volunteers mentioned. They'll guide you with relevant information for contribution.
Thank you, Sister Ramya. Dear viewers, we are joined by one of our esteemed alumni, Shri Sunil Narang, for this question and answer session. After completing his MBA, Sunil Narang had a distinguished corporate career and is currently serving as a trustee of Each One Educate One Foundation. He has been instrumental in guiding us in finalizing fabric and selecting vendors thanks to his industrial expertise. We welcome Brother Sunil. We have received one question. Brother Sunil, the question is, how can corporates involve in this initiative?
So after all that has been spoken about the various initiatives that are undertaken by our trusts, there is enormous scope for the participation from the society. That very much includes corporates as well, and particularly in our country where corporate social responsibility is a mandatory ask from corporates. Here is a wonderful platform and a wonderful initiative with the kind of outcomes and impact that we are able to actually realize and experience and see. Corporates can participate and join hands with us in various different ways. We heard about the 3 scholarship programs which support the school students' education, the university students' education and medical education. And of course, within those programs, there are various wonderful themes that can be supported by corporates. It could be about women's empowerment. It could be about STEM education. It could be about digital literacy, digital inclusion. It could also be about medical education through NEET. It could be about performing arts or Vedic studies. These are 2 streams that are very exclusive to our university and not common otherwise. So for students who are inclined towards the performing arts or inclined towards ancient Indian culture and heritage, these are 2 additional streams that they can opt for. Again, we also have streams like physical education and also a skill development center which is imparting a 2-year course in electrical technologies and plumbing and flow piping. So for industries and manufacturers who are looking to help needy students to acquire these vocational skills, that is again a theme that they can participate with. So the opportunities are multiple, and the themes have also been evolved over a period of time, which resonate very well with corporate CSR policies, with today's modern day requirements in terms of skills, in terms of academics, in terms of the industry readiness of students. So yeah, the options are I would say almost unlimited.
Thank you, sir. Another question which we received is tuition, lodging and boarding also totally free? Ashika sir?
So as we discussed that it is a Gurukulam system of education. So here as I would like to tell once more, education, boarding, food, accommodation, everything is provided free of cost. So naturally, as we explained you, when a child spends money, when parents spends money, so always there is focus on earning. When our focus is that when they receive free of cost, when they receive from the society, naturally we encourage them to give back to the society. So education is free, accommodation is free, food is free, and all these materials are free.
Brother Sunil, we have next question from Croatia, I think.
Croatia.
I am from Croatia, and my question is, how can I donate for this beautiful program?
Yeah, thank you. I think there was a slide that we displayed which provided options for donors who are living overseas. We have a consortium of trusts that are operating in different countries, including several of them in Europe, and there is an option there to donate through those trusts, and those trusts in turn normally transfer the money to our trust here in India, and those funds are applied and used according to the wishes of the donor. So that's the option available for those who are living abroad.
Thank you, sir. Another question to you. What are the courses offered related to commerce?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So in our university, what we have decided to do is not take the beaten track, so to say. There is also a very strong reason for this, considering the background of the students, considering where they come from, and considering our larger vision of empowering rural India, of bringing rural India into the mainstream and being able to uplift these students in a manner that they can live and work and contribute shoulder to shoulder with students in urban India. So what we have done is created a system, an ecosystem with a much larger vision of capacity building. When I say capacity building, we are looking today at a scenario in our country where there is an acute shortage of teachers. Likewise, there is an acute shortage of doctors. I mean, the ratios of a doctor to the population is about 11 times higher than what has been recommended by the WHO. Likewise, for the teachers, we have a shortage of about more than 1 million teachers in our country, and to be honest, even the IITs and IIMs are not spared from this, but then rural India suffers most. So what we are trying to do is to bring back the glory of teaching, to bring back that importance of a teacher, of a qualified, committed, dedicated teacher in rural geographies where the shortage is very acute. So for these reasons, we have consciously chosen not to focus too much on the commerce field, but rather educate our students either in terms of contributing as educationists, as educational professionals and administrators, or as doctors, or nursing and paramedical staff, etc. So these have been some of the reasons why we are not really much into commerce. But having said that, we do respect and appreciate the inclinations and also the dispositions of some of our students who are brilliant when it comes to chartered accountancy, who are brilliant when it comes to management, and we do go out of the way to sponsor some of these bright sparks who are inclined towards these areas to pick up those subjects, to pick up those streams and complete their education in that as well. So again, we are not really denying anybody that opportunity, but the larger vision being what I just described, our focus is not too much on commerce.
Brother, we have question related to that. What are the courses related to sciences available?
Yeah. So we have the regular sciences, which is your mathematics, physics, chemistry, biosciences, and then of course we also are very much into computer sciences. We have courses which are comparable to B.Tech and M.Tech, and the good part is that a lot of our students are opting for those courses, and the even better part about it, or the cherry on top, is that the number of girls opting for those courses are higher than the number of boys. So these are some of the streams that we are offering as far as sciences are concerned.
Sunil brother, we have one more question. Presently, AI is sweeping the world. How does the Gurukula educational system incorporate this factor into this education of students?
Yeah, so this is again something very interesting, and something that we have actually drawn our focus to in this current academic year. We have a very robust digital literacy program, and it's quite deep. It's not about just acquainting our students with the basics of computers and computer education. Of course, at the university level, we have the computer science courses, but in addition to that, we have made computer literacy compulsory for all our students across the school campuses and the university campuses. So every student is exposed to computer digital literacy, and now in this year what we are striving to do is to acquaint our students with AI. Of course, at the lower levels in the school, at the higher primary or the secondary level, the students are just exposed to what AI is all about and what could be the possible benefits for them out of AI. But in the university, we have taken a call and a decision to spread the impact of AI, the technology behind it, the technical aspects and its applications, and also what is important about our ecosystem being focused on values and character building. We also make sure that students understand the responsibility that comes with AI and with digital literacy, and they put it for the best uses of society and mankind at large. But yes, the focus on emerging technologies is growing. Our partnership with corporates like Dell Technologies, Western Digital, and a few others like that, who are giants in the technology world, are actually an ample testimony to this fact.
Thank you, sir. The next question is how to get free medical seat in the institute. We know it's based on the NEET entrance, but could you please elaborate on it?
Sure, thank you. So the purpose of starting the first free of cost medical college in this country, like I mentioned, was all about capacity building and also all about providing qualified doctors and high quality healthcare in the rural geographies where good quality secondary and tertiary healthcare cannot be accessed. So that's the reason why we started this college, and we have actually put in place an education system which is affiliated to the National Institute of Open Schooling. And one of the advantages of having this system of schooling is that it provides for early specialization. When I say early specialization, students can now choose their areas or streams of interest which they are inclined towards in terms of arts or sciences, mathematics or computers, or biosciences and medical education. So this kicks in early, actually in their 9th grade, where they are able to decide and then focus only on those subjects. So that's a very important step where students who are interested in moving towards biosciences and medical education get to start focusing only on those subjects and not having to direct their time, energy and resources into subjects that are other than what they prefer. So that helps them in a big way. And then we have brought in NEET coaching within our ecosystem, where we take care of the NEET coaching of students who are interested in pursuing medical education. In that sense, we prepare them because they have to go through the NEET system that is prevalent in India. They have to clear NEET with good scores. And of course, the background of the students, the majority of them who are with us, is of that of socioeconomically backward communities, and therefore they are encouraged, they are provided the necessary resources, the material, the exposure to have that good chance or a good opportunity of clearing NEET with good scores and securing a seat in our medical college. So that's how we are trying to facilitate more of our own students from our ecosystem clearing NEET, joining the medical college and becoming doctors who will again be more amenable and interested to serve in rural India and thereby improve the quality of healthcare in rural India.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next question is, what kind of training is given to teachers? In other words, how do you train your future teachers? Brother Shantigowda.
Thank you, sister. Being a product of this university, I would explain the training is very unique. It's not like a regular B.Ed training where outside students undergo. Our Gurukula system of education provides a very unique method. Whereas when we are in our final year degree, we are encouraged to take 1 or 2 classes to get a taste of it. And the experienced teachers support us in guiding us how to prepare lesson plan, how to deliver a class. The training is given by senior teachers. Along with that, we also have every year education conferences and teacher conferences where we get lot of inputs to undergo. Every year we have workshops for the students who are passing out from the university, entering into the campuses, into the teaching field. We have a very beautiful workshop planned, and eminent educationists like Gururaj Karjgi come and train all our students to become a better teachers. These are the programs how we train our teachers.
Thank you, brother.
There is another question from our audience. There may be an interest on behalf of youngsters to acquire, to become musicians, artists and dancers that would like to participate and spread the awareness of this movement. And how are you introduce these courses in your university, the performing arts?
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, we are one of those few private universities who also offer performing arts as one of the streams for our students. I would like to bring in a small allegory here. At home, when in a house where we have, let's say, 2 or 3 children or more than that also, not all of them prefer the same kind of education or the same kind of stream that they would like to pursue in life. There would be somebody interested in technology, somebody else interested in arts or performing arts, and then there would be somebody else interested in something very contemporary like it could be social media and any such other interests that they have. So what the parents do in the household is they try to make their dreams become a reality by encouraging them to pursue the streams that they would like to. Similar is our approach, similar is our perspective here in this institution. We came across this particular aspect of some of the students having very good talent when it comes to music, or in the case of our girl students, dance for that matter. And that is what motivated us to go in for having the performing arts department. Not merely that, it was also a part of our vision to revive and to sustain Indian art forms, Indian culture, Indian heritage, which is so very rich when it comes to music or when it comes to dance. So these twin motivations made us bring in the performing arts course with some amazing collaborations with foundations like Kalakshetra Foundation in Chennai, and also an MOU with the Gangubai Hangal Open University, etc. Basically to encourage those students who have the skill and the talent to pursue music, whether it is Hindustani classical or Carnatic classical or other forms of music, including Western, where we boast of a 100-piece symphony orchestra with a fantastic tutor and a great musician from New York. So that's the background to the performing arts side of it. For the girl students, we offer Bharatanatyam also as an option, and we have a very good demand, a very good interest that students have evinced for these streams.
Thank you, brother. There is a question. Does the organization take bank loans to fund the education, accommodation, etc. for children, or is it typically from the donations?
Yeah, again, something very interesting and something very unique, perhaps unimaginable, I would say. But as an NGO, as a charitable trust, we are completely dependent on donations from the society, be it individuals, high net worth individuals, family offices, corporates, and other foundations, large foundations. So quite naturally, the donation funds flow is not exactly matching to our day-to-day operational flow. Typically, when we are running a household, we know what it takes to run a household every month. We need to make sure that that amount of income comes into the household every month by a particular date, or by a particular time, so that the household expenses are met. And same is the case with us. Only thing, it is a very large household with almost 3,000 children in them, and a lot of work to do. We do have shortages now and then because the funds flow from the donations does not correspond with our monthly fixed outflows. We have 2,000 strong staff. With the educational campuses itself, we have a staff strength of close to about 1,200 of them, and we have all these expenses, the kit that they all spoke about, and then of course the other monthly expenses for food, for their other needs towards education, towards their practicals, their laboratory requirements, and all of that, the campus maintenance, the campus security, etc. So these are monthly outflows that we have to face, and we have actually made this very unique and perhaps unthinkable step that we have taken of trying to bridge these gaps and these deficits with the help of some bank loans. with the help of some deficit financing. And of course, we do have the larger banking loans for our projects, which is on the capex side, because we have projects happening all the time in our institution, be it the medical college or the next big upcoming project of a 600 bedded free of cost hospital, which is going to cost us in excess of 550 crores. And as the world would understand, we cannot afford to slow down when we are already into construction mode, because then the costs start spiraling year on year, and therefore we do go out there to avail of bank loans for making sure that the cost of construction, the capital costs are kept well within the budgeted framework. And we are always out there in the society talking to people, meeting corporates, and making sure that we are able to bring in the required cash flows, perhaps sometimes later than what they are, later than when they are needed. But then we do end up servicing these loans with the interest costs that normally are entailed, with that.
Thank you, Anna. The next question is, what is a student day-to-day life like in Gurukulam? We are happy to receive this question. Our next webinar in this series of Education for Transformation, the next episode is on the life of a student in a Gurukulam. You can enjoy how a student spend his day in a Gurukulam in the next webinar.
The next question is, this is a nice question. Sadhguru has indicated that the Sanskrit language will be predominant in future years. As your education system is advanced in this regard, is there a proposal to disperse and teach this language to other centers in the world?
Yes, sister. We are very happy to share that our founder, with a greater vision and having roots from our culture, we have introduced Sanskrit from the 6th grade, and the student can continue his education up to research in Sanskrit. Along with that, to encourage students to learn Sanskrit, we have a Paravidya, where we teach students about the spirituality and moral science. In that, we have Shubhashita, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad shlokas for students to learn and appreciate the richness of Sanskrit language. And even there are courses in university in Vedic studies, BA in Vedic studies, and we also have a Veda Gurukulam where student can acquire his complete education in Sanskrit studying Vedas and Upanishads.
Thank you, brother. The next question is it compulsory to do service after our education, or can we work outside the institution? Sunil, brother.
The one word answer to that is no. Having said that, again alluding to this point that I made about building capacity and creating the next generation of qualified teachers, creating the next generation of qualified doctors, medical staff, nursing, paramedical staff, etc. We do encourage and counsel our students who are mostly from rural backgrounds to look at the option of pursuing some of these streams so that they can go back and make a difference in their own communities. For example, in the case of the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, the entire vision of that institution is in the rural, for the rural, of the rural. And the same applies on the rest of the education side also. So we do not insist that somebody has to stay back here, or we do not tie anyone down. In the case of medical education, we do have a stipulation that students who undergo their MBBS education with us for 5 years should and must spend an equivalent 5 years serving in our hospitals, our chain of hospitals, which is spread not only in South India but also in other parts of India, where they have to compulsorily serve, take up an employment in the hospital and serve the rural populace. So as far as medical education is concerned, we do have that stipulation, but otherwise, by and large, what we have observed and what you have been seeing on the screen here also is that our students choose, voluntarily to continue in this ecosystem by taking up positions of responsibility as educators, as administrators, as doctors or paramedical staff, as research scholars who can go on to become tomorrow's professors in our university, etc. That's generally the trend that we have observed.
The Shantagowda, many of our students may be from families who traditionally work with specialized skill like weaving, pottery, carpentry, sculpting, etc. These skills are generally passed on from generation to generation. Does our university have opportunities for such students to carry forward their family's tradition?
Yes, sister. Being a Gurukula system of education, we encourage our students to pursue their passion. If a student is interested in particular system of education to continue his life, we do appreciate him and encourage him. To give an example, if a student is from a music background, he wants to pursue music as his career, we have a course in our university, BPA, Bachelor of Performing Arts. He can continue music, and also if anyone wants to become a dancer, we have a course for it. And if any student wants to continue his career with a family tradition of doing puja, havana and all those things, Paurohatya what we call, for that also we have a Veda Gurukulam where he can pursue his passion. And also our founder is starting Nada Gurukulam to propagate the tradition of music. Along with that, we also have skills development program in weaving, sculpting, which are coming up slowly under our university to encourage to survive and revive these skills.
Thank you, brother. That's how we came to an end of this webinar. We thank all the viewers for joining us in this discussion. We also extend our thanks for the panel members for taking their time and being part of this mission. Our sincere thanks to the Sanatan Vani team and the organizers from Each One Educate One Foundation and Prashanti Balabandra Trust for creating this platform for us to narrate our work to the world. Our deepest gratitude to our eternal inspiration, Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, our revered founder, Shri Madhusudan Sai, for giving us this opportunity to follow a passion to serve. We invite all our joiners to participate and support in this mission of empowering rural children with transformative education. Thank you once again, and we look forward to meet you in the next webinar.